Hey everyone and welcome. I'm Dark Sky and today we are playing Evospace. This is a game that I've been kind of just looking at over a course of some time now. And I've been really wanting to play it because, well, it's a factory type game. It's very intricate. It's definitely a huge learning curve to kind of figure out how to get started. But once you get going, it's quite enjoyable. And it's really neat how things come together and how we can move stuff. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Factorio and some other minus games out there, maybe like Surviving Series and all that. But let's get into this. Let's get started. So I'm going to be creating a new map here, and you can see that we have all these resources that are currently on this map. It has rivers and isles. I think I'm going to go with plains and coast. I kind of like that. You see that there's a lot of resources that are also out here in the water. Let's see here. I want to do we can do a mode. We can set this to creative. We can go to research and just make it so everything's completed if you wanted to do that. For my default here, I'll just call this Dark Sky. And then for the seed here, I'll just randomize it for a little bit here and see if I can't find something. I kind of like this here. We got some coal right here. We got this stuff here, this chalcopyrite ore, which is basically iron. So we got a lot of really good resources that are happen to be really close to us. So let's go with this one. Okay, so here we are, and they automatically give you this this little platform to start your base off of. And this right here, this copper spawner, this is how, like, if you die or something like that, then you can come back to this point. Or if you get stuck, then you spawn back at that point as well. Now we got some clay right here. We got some rock. Oh, we got coal ore right here. That's pretty sweet. So you'll see down here in the bottom of the screen, there's a little hotbar. On the hotbar, on the number 1 spot, is our little mining pick, a little ray gun here, if you will. And then if you hit 2, that's for us to be able to place down more blocks. They give you 999 blocks to work with at the beginning. You'll probably need a lot more as we move along. This is my inventory right here. And then also up here, this is what stuff I can make. But right down here, in the lower left-hand corner, you can set like what time of day you want and all that stuff. So like if you find a day like you want to do nighttime or dusk or noon, and then you find the one you want, you can hit this and it'll turn it blue and it'll lock the time. So this time will stay like this all the time. That way we don't have to deal with nighttime and all that craziness. This is the stuff that we can currently make. We have quite a few little items here we can make. Copper hand generator, we can make the Sterling engine, copper spawner, copper computer, copper compact generator, and I'll go into these a little bit more in detail as we go. But here's some of the resources we have, and then we have our stone chest up here, and then we have a stone furnace. We're gonna need to have the stone furnace to make ourselves some copper so we can get that going. When you get into the game, you're a little bit lost. You're like, well, I don't know what's going on here. What do I do? Where do I start? How do I get going? That's a lot of those questions that people are going to ask, especially those who may be new to the game. One of the things that you can do is if you go into your inventory and you go down here to this little hat down here, it looks like a little congratulations hat coming out of college or something. If you click on this, it'll give you kind of the first steps of what you need to do. So we can see that here is finding and smelting copper ore, mouseshite, or this chalcopyrite. Chalcopyrite is kind of like a fancy way of saying copper, I guess, because that's what it seems like. All it does is makes copper. First, locate a copper ore, the mouseshite, or copperite. Areas with ore is visible on the ground usually have more deposits nearby or just below the surface. Gather the copper ore, use the basic blocks from your inventory to create the platform for convenience. Craft a furnace and a smelter. Place a smelter above the furnace, put the fuel in the furnace, place the copper ore in the smelter. Process is complete. Collect the copper ingots. And then after that, create another furnace with a Stirling engine and a compact generator and a computer. Arrange these components according to their inputs and outputs, and once the computer is operational, you can start your technology. And so that is kind of how we're going to get going in the first place. Now, as you go through, you're going to be able to knock out different ones like here, and we'll be able to do different things. So you get kind of an idea of like, what is it I need to do next kind of thing. So what we're going to do here first is I want to, I need to get some copper. I need to get some copper, and then let me see. I should be able to make, yeah, I can make the stone furnace. So let's make 2 stone furnaces, 1 stone smelter. But at least get that going, get that underway. And then we get the smelter there. All right, so I'm thinking I want down this little spot here. You can see there's like a little indentation in there. That's where we're going to need to put our fuel. I'm thinking I want to put my my fuel on the back side, and then I'm just going to run stuff through. Let's see. Let's put it over here. That's probably a good spot. We'll put that right there. And so maybe one right there and another one right there. All right. And then we're going to put, for this one here, I want to put that there. All right. So here we go. And so now all we have to do is right click on this down here. This is going to open up our inventory. And we're going to take this wood, and we're going to put it in there so it can burn it. And then we're going to go find some copper. Now, one of the things that I find is interesting is if you're in this this here, there is all these different components and stuff like that we can make. And if you're curious as to say, okay, how do I make a basic platform? You can click the middle mouse button. It'll open this up and it'll say, oh, in this copper constructor, I can put sand in it and I'm going to make these basic platforms. Well, can I make sand? So then we go here and it's like, oh yes, in a compact constructor, I can pick stone and I can turn it into sand, or I could use a steel mixer, mix gravel, sand, and water, and I get 10 sand from that. Or I get 20 and all the way up to 160 here if we have all these T6 parts. And these are all the different things that sand is used in, so you can get kind of an overview of what we need to do and how we're going to go about it, and what is needed for sand. So sand seems to be used for just about almost everything. Crazy. So there is a lot there to look at. Now, if you wanted to make these terracotta bricks, you can see that we have that. Now, if we want to, we can click on this, and then we can click on copper bars, right? So we want to see like what makes copper ingots. We use that cal copyright, or that'll make 1 copper plate. The dust makes 1 all the way down, copper dust. But if we had 10 copper dust, it would make 10 copper plate. So where would we make the copper dust? Let me see. Copper dust, copper plate. So we can try to figure out like if there's a better way to go ahead and to make more of that one item. So you can see that it takes 10 of these to make 10 of that. Well, what is it to make the copper dust? The copper dust can be in a chemical bath. And we can turn malachite and nitric acid into silicon oxide and copper dust. So if we end up getting this byproduct and we don't need this copper dust, we can take this copper dust and turn it into ingots. The other thing is you can do this here inside of a steel electrolyzer, and we can get sulfur and copper. Or we could do this one here and get copper and oxygen from malachite. So that's not too shabby. But yeah, there is a lot of here, a lot of information. And if you just want to look to see what everything looks like, this is like everything that's we're going to be making. There is also some other little things here you can use for like letters and stuff to make signs. There's also building parts and stuff like that. So we can go with different colors. We can do a terracotta tiles and dark tiles and copper blocks and all that. And then they got different paints here that we can use. And that's an admin block there. But yeah, so we have all these different parts and everything that we can do that can just make our base that much more cooler, much more stylish. You know, we can build the buildings and whatnot and just really go to town on that. So pretty nice. So if we wanted to, we could look at this here and see that this is made from titanium plate and copper pipes to make this titanium kinetic heater. So I mean, there's so many options in this game. It's phenomenal. You know, trying to you don't have to remember everything, but it's definitely very intricate as far as what we're able to do and how we can go about it. So what I want to do right now is I want to go out. I want to grab some iron. And I could have sworn we had iron, what, right here? There's coal right there. It's right there is where I need to go. So it's like over this way. Maybe this. There we go. All right, so let's collect some of this ore right here. And then we're going to head back with this ore and we're going to turn this in. Okay, so we're not too far away from our base. That's going to be nice because we're going to need to use that resource. All right, so now that we have this, we're going to right click on or middle click on that, or not middle click, sorry. We're going to right click on this. And then we're going to grab this call it copyright, and we're going to put that in there, and that's going to start making us some copper bars or copper ingots. And then once we make a couple copper ingots, we should be able to have enough to be able to get the next piece for this. So what do I need? I need 4 of those. See, it consumes kinetic energy and produces electricity. Okay, so there we are. We've made the one piece. Let's put this one piece over here, and I'm going to turn this around. Let's see, do I want to turn it around that way? Maybe I'll keep it this way here. All right, and then next what we want to do is we want to be able to make a computer. So we're going to need 6 of the copper. Yeah, we got 7 of these iron ingots. Let's see if we can't build ourselves a computer. Okay, we got our computer, so let's put that down. So we're going to put this right here. Right. Need to highlight this A so I can see what's going on. So no, we need to make one of these right here. The copper compact generator produces kinetic into energy, and then this consumes electricity. So we need that electricity. So I want to put that right there, and then I want to put the computer down right here. Let's turn that around. There we go. All right, should be able to use that there. Let's see if we can't get these running just to get them started, and then we're gonna go set up a probably a coal outfit and kind of get that going as well. So shift or shift right click puts half of those in. All right, now that we got that going, we can go into our technology, which is J. And we're going to want to pick up some basic machines. And so the time down here, it says 40. That's usually about how long it's going to take. So the bigger the number, the longer it takes to make that. So we want to keep an eye on that. Let's see, we got that there. Now these ones here that have these little exclamation points, these here are very important. And in the beginning of the game, we want to kind of knock a lot of those out, get those done. Once we get those done, then we can start working on the other things, kind of branching out. But we need to get these the automation done here, and once that's done, then we should be able to go from there. Let me see here. After basic, oh yes, I want to do automation. Let's get automation restarted up. That one shouldn't take too long. It only is going to cost 40. And then after that, I think I want to do is automatic miner. Wonder if we can queue up. Oh, we can. Good. All right, good. I'll do that. And then after that, I think what I want to do is probably a constructor. Constructor might be good. And I want to do the pump as well. Get that pump going. And let's get, no, we're good on the chest, I think. I think we need to do the smelting. Pretty much done with everything up there. This one here, we can do bricks. And that shouldn't take too long to do. And then we can also do the stone tiles. That'd be nice. These are going to take a long time, so I'm going to wait on those for the time being. Let's do this one here. Start that too. Then we got a furnace here, burns solid fuel to generate heat. This what unlocks our copper one. Let's do that one, get that one out of the way as well. Well, it looks pretty good there. We got a lot that are all keyed up, ready to go. So we'll just go with that. Now, what we want to do is I want to get some of this this copper here. Got 28 in there. That should be a good start. And then I want to go out to coal. So that should be coal right there, which is what? We're this little circle here with the arrow. This is our home right here. And then we can scroll out. But yeah, I think I want to go out here to the coal. And then we have that, the calprite or whatever, copyright, or basically copper. We have copper right here. We have coal right here. That's going to be awesome. So let's head out over here to the coal, get that started. We'll get that kind of, doing its thing, making things happen. And then we should be able to go from there. Oh, look at that. There's some of that copyright right here. Unless I just happen to be in the wrong spot like I am. So it should be over here. Boy, that is closer than I thought it was. Okay, so here, this is coal right here. So we can get this powered up. And then I'm thinking what I want to do here is that we got, are we sitting right on top of this thing? Pretty close. How about right here? Yeah. All right, so let's hit down let's put down some blocks right here. And I think I just put down like that there. And then up here, I'm just going to stick these out, and I'm going to bring these all the way out to here, leaving this little trench right here. And then what I want to do is, let's go in here, and now we are able to make the rig. So let's get the rig going. We're going to need some of these the sterlings, and then we're going to need some stone furnaces for the time being, until we make our copper ones. All right, so next what I want to do is I want to put down this rig. And you can see that the 3 little spots on the back there, that's, whoops, right back here, those are where the we're gonna have the kinetic energy thing all like plugged into each other and everything. So thinking like right here, like that. That looks pretty good. I mean, we'd have enough room if we wanted to put in a second one. But now what I want to do here is I want to do 9, and then I want to put, let's turn this around. Oops, R. There we go. I think I can hold down Shift and it'll do a copy thing. I only had 2 of them, huh? Darn. Let's make another one of those. There we go. All right, put that down. And then up top here, I want to do is 8. And we'll turn that around to there. There we go. So now we got those going. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, what I want to do is, let's see here. How am I going to do this? I want to take 2. Let's go with 2 here. We'll put this in front like this. And then this is going to come out of here. Can I step this down? How do I step this down? Huh? All right. And then let's see here. Once we get that done, I want to do some conveyors, get some conveyors going. Oh, that's cool. Oh, all right. So we just do that and then do that there. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it makes like a little 4-way valve right there. That's neat. Okay. Okay, so we have that there. Now what I want to do is I want to set up a box. Let's do a box, and I want to do a copper arm, but we need more copper. So let's run back over here to the base right quick. We'll grab some copper. Of course, we don't have any more copper, so we need to go and investigate that. Gotta get that running. Now let's look to see how our research is doing. We are working on that currently. This is going to take a long time to do. See what other stuff. Now you can use the mouse wheel to scroll up and down, which is really slow, or you can hold down the left button and just move up and down, and it's a lot faster. I'm thinking maybe this heat transfer would be a nice one to get. And then let me see, what else do we have here? We have the valve. I might as well do the valve, so for the fluids and everything. And then we have the furnace here, which unlocks a copper furnace. I thought I just did that. Must be an upgrade. I don't know. See, it creates research points. Distributed computing. Huh. Okay. I don't know what that is, but we'll try that. See how that goes about. And then we got circuit boards. Let's get circuit boards done. And then we got the tripod or triod. Triod? Now that we got 12 copper, let's go back over here to our other little base piece. And we're going to work on trying to get this all set up now. So what I want to do here is I want to go into here. I want to make a couple of these arms. And let's put one arm like right here. And then I want to put in some more blocks here. Let's bring in the blocks this way. Like that. All right, now that we have that there, I want to do is I want to get make some more conveyor belts. What's that take? That takes that copper, which is what I'm waiting for to get made. But in the meantime, we can get that settled up there. And then let's run back here and grab this. See if we have any more copper. Okay, let's make us some more of these copper conveyors. And then in this one here, I want to do is put half of those in there. And I think on this one, I'm going to put the other half in here. We'll get that running, and then that should start filling up the line. Get that all ready for when we do set up. Just need more copper, and then we'll start running our coal line over to the copper area. Get that taken care of. And then what I want to do is I want to do an arm. So let's do the arm and stick that in there. And then we want the 4. There we go. That should keep that going, keep that running forever and ever. As long as we have resources, it should be, we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Just need some more copper ingots, some copper plates, which is going to be ending up over here. Okay, so it's right here. So let's mine up a bunch of this rock here, and then we'll go and we'll put this in there and get that all smelted. And then I'm going to start routing stuff back to the base. That should be pretty good there. Now let's see here. If I can take this here. Looks pretty good there. Let's take this and let's fill in this area right there. Actually, it looks like I might just want to go a little higher with this one because this is a little on the low side down here. So let's bring this up to here. Is that where I want it? Yeah, I think so. That looks about right. All right, so now what I want to do here is I want to make another one of these copper rigs, which takes 13 copper. So let's head back over here. We'll get this this copper made. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is once I get that one platform over there kind of made up with the copper everything, then I'm just going to make it so that I can do all my smelting and stuff over there for the ingots. All right, let's see how we are doing here. So we got a lot of these things ready now. We're up to 9, 10. Need 13 to make the machine, so I just need to get 2 more of these plates. Well, 1 more. All right, cool. So now that we have that, let's go out here and get these this machine set up. And so now what I want to make is the rig. I don't know if I like it that way. If I have it that way, if I have it put this way, then I can do that. Let's change that a little bit. And I want to let's put in some blocks over here. Okay, turn these around. There we go. Thinking like right there. That's probably a pretty good, decent spot. Now this is also kinetic, so that means we need to make some more furnaces. And we're going to need to make more of these Stirlings. There we go. And then we make the sterling here. Just need a couple more sterlings for that. And something what I want to do is let's bring this right here to, let's bring that over here. That'll work about right, actually. I can bring that out a little bit right there. That would probably bring it in here and turn it. Like I said, once we get this copper online, things will be moving a lot bit faster and everything will be moving a little bit quicker. All right, so next I want to do is I want to make one of these, the copper arms. And then need the belts there. There we go. So I get this taken down here, and then I should be able to start making my copper. I'm thinking that if I wanted to, I could even set up another one of these machines right here for coal, and then I'll have even more coal be pumping out. So that would be nice. Let's see, then what I want to do here, I was going to bring this out here. And let's make a stone chest. Put that stone chest right there. And as far as this is concerned, I think what I want to do is make another set here and there. And let's take this this box. I'll put that box like right here. Yeah, let's put it right there. All right, and so now what we should be able to do is to grab some more iron. I don't think we have any more. I think it's all, no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do. Oh yeah, we got quite a bit. Still pumping out. Good. Let's switch that out. How's this looking? Let's change that over to coal. That'll burn a little bit slower, and we should be able to get more resources from that. But definitely on our next episode, we'll be able to even get that much further along, I think, and really knock things out of the ballpark here. Let's see here. Let's get a couple more of these going. Let's take one of those out, and I'm going to put that over here. So at least it can go into the box, so I have the overflow. That is starting to look really good. I'm really liking this. We have like a pretty good setup right now. We got the coal. The coal is feeding itself, keeping that going. And then we're going to bring the coal out here. That's also going to feed our copper mine, get our copper mine going. And then I'm going to set up a kind of a miniature little base, I think, like right out here somewhere. And that's where we're going to be able to process a lot of our copper and getting that copper going. So that will surely make a huge dent on us getting going and moving and getting things done. So I really appreciate that. But anyways, I'd like to thank everybody for coming along and joining me. I hope to see you on our next episode. Thanks for coming out. Have an excellent day, and I hope to see you next time. You take care now, and bye-bye.